Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing my August bullet journal theme. As you guys know, I like to do timely bullet journal themes, and by that I usually mean I like to do themes that are inspired by something that's happening in my life, a world holiday, a cultural event that's happening, and August is going to be no different this year. If you guys remember, 2 years ago in 2023, my bullet journal theme was Lollapalooza, which was for the music festival in Chicago, because I went to the festival for the first time that year, and I'm actually going back this year, so we're going to be doing another music inspired bullet journal theme. I don't like to do repeats, especially because the Lollapalooza one that I did in 2023 is one of my favorites that I've ever done. I will put a link to that video in the description box if you want to check that one out too. It's so cute and really easy to recreate. But I knew I still wanted to do a theme that was inspired by music and was fun and colorful for summer. So this month's bullet journal theme is going to be iPods. I've actually wanted to do this theme for a really long time, and I knew that I wanted the theme to be inspired by the old 2000s, I think 2004 to 2008 Apple iPod commercials with the silhouettes dancing. I've always loved the aesthetic of those commercials. Apple just has the best advertising, the best branding of all time, and those commercials are so iconic, so recognizable, and I thought they would be so fun to draw. So that's what we're going to be doing for my theme this month. I also have a couple of music themed side quests to show you throughout the video, so stick around if you want to chat about music, about drawing, see how I did this theme, and just have fun doing my last summer theme of the year. So obviously I made a Pinterest board for this theme, but I don't think I'm going to do a whole sitting down and showing you the Pinterest board section just because I feel like people already know what I'm talking about. So I am just going to talk about it here, and I'll put a couple of pictures next to me on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you are too young to have experienced this at the time, in the 2000s when Apple was putting out the original iPod, one of their biggest campaigns for advertising the product was these really cool commercials of people dancing, but the people were all black silhouettes on like a neon colored background, and they also turned those into static images that were used as advertisements as well, so like screen caps from the dancing videos. They are so iconic, they're so recognizable. They also boosted a lot of songs in popularity that were used in the commercial. I specifically remember the song Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet was in one of the commercials, and the song Technologica by Daft Punk. I saved so many different references of these because I knew I wanted to like actually reference real designs for my bullet journal theme, so I saved a million different pictures for this. I also saved a bunch of pictures of iPods in general, like advertisements of iPods. I loved the iPod Shuffle and the iPod Nano, especially the colored versions. They are so cute. And then the only other things that I pinned were some fonts. I actually pinned the Apple font, which is called San Francisco, which was designed specifically for Apple. It's like their sans serif font that's used on all of their stuff. And that's really all that I saved on Pinterest. I already knew like exactly how I wanted to lay it out, like however many years ago when I thought of this idea for a theme. So I'm going to send you over to my desk to start working on this theme. Hey guys, we're here at my desk, and I am going to show you the sketches that I did. So here is my divider page sketch. This is obviously very loose, but I did reference all real screen caps from the actual commercials that I'm talking about to do all of these sketches because I wanted them to look really real. So I basically split the page up into 12 sections, and each one of them is going to be a different background color with the black silhouetted figure on top. This is a really simple page, and then I'm leaving this one open, and I think I might just do a black background or another plain color background and then just write with a white pen August. And then here is my little sketch for my illustration page. It's just going to be one full page, and this one is also based on a real ad. This one is so cute. It's this girl in like a striped bikini top, and I think I'm gonna write the soundtrack to my life. For this little header here, I wanted to do a bunch of iPod shuffles, like of actual tiny square ones. The other thing that I wanted to talk about in this section is that I did buy some new POSCA markers for this journal theme. You guys know if you watch my videos that I love POSCA markers. They're one of my favorite mediums to use. I have a bunch. These are the usual color sets that I use because these are just the ones that I have, and I have all of the colors in the small size and the larger size, but a lot of these are running out of ink, and also they're not the right colors for these iPod ads because the iPod ones were more like light, vibrant neon kind of shades. Actually, I didn't realize when I bought these, but 4 of them are the POSCA brush markers, which I think are pretty much the same, but the tip is pointed at the end like the regular ones are just kind of rounded on the tip. They're still very firm tip, they're just a little bit more flexible, which I feel like will be a great alternative to buying like 2 of the same color in different sizes because the like thin tip will allow you to like kind of maneuver the color. I know I'm gonna do this aqua, probably the green I know I'm going to do pink. I do want to do purple. I feel like I'm going to do a swatch of this and see if the purple is too dark. I'm going to do orange. And then maybe I'll do yellow. Should I do red also? I feel like, is this too much? No, I think I like it. Okay, so for the new markers that I bought, I did that thing where you have to shake it and then press down the tip a bunch of times to get the ink to start flowing, and that took a while. But I did all the tests on this little piece of paper, and I like all of them. I don't think that the purple is going to be too dark, so I think I'm going to use it. I also laid out the colors in the order that I want them on the page, and I think all I have to do now is just fill in the backgrounds. I'm not going to be super neat about the outlines of the characters. Silhouettes are going to go around them anyway, but I am going to be mindful of where I've drawn the headphones lines because those are white, and I think I would rather leave them the white of the paper than go over them with a white gel pen because it just won't look as crisp. So I'm gonna be mindful of that when necessary. Okay, so I started filling in all of the backgrounds just with the plain colors, and I actually went into this thinking that this was going to be a very quick journal theme to do, naively, because this ended up taking a really long time. Not as long as some of my other, especially my painting spreads usually take longer than this, but this definitely took longer than I thought it was going to. It was really fun though, and I would consider this to be a theme that is pretty easy to recreate if you are interested in that. I always wonder if people who watch my videos are watching them just for entertainment, or if you also bullet journal and you are looking for actual inspiration in what to do in your journal. So I would love to hear in the comments which of those you are. And also, sometimes I feel like I divide my journal themes into categories. Sometimes I do themes that I think are really easy to recreate, and that's the reason why I'm doing them. And usually for those, I'll do more of a tutorial type thing because I don't know, I feel like they're more accessible for people. And then some journal themes I'm doing for my own artistic interest, because I think it's going to be fun for me to do, but they're maybe not as easy to recreate. So I don't know if you guys have a preference of those that you like. I would love to hear what that is because I try to go back and forth and do both, but I try to play to whatever you guys want to see. So let me know. I actually think I have a couple side quests for this video, but one of them is I want to show some of the rave candy that I've made for Lollapalooza this year. If you watched my Lollapalooza video 2 years ago, I showed a bunch of the bracelets that I made. I'm pretty sure that was the side quest in that video, was making bracelets or doing my nails or something. But I made a bunch more for this year's festival, and I really like a lot of them, so I'm going to show you some of the ones that I'm making to trade. And if you will be there and you see me, let's trade, okay? Okay, so here are some of my bracelets. I haven't cut all of the extra strings off of them yet because, I don't know, I just haven't done it yet. But I have a bunch of really cute ones. I love this one. It's giving coconut girl. This one just says love. It's so cute, little blue one. This one just has some hearts on it, and I think it looks like candy, so I love that. Obviously, you got one that says plur. This one is really cute. It says lucky, and I like the colors in this one. This one just says XD, which I think is funny. This one is cute, just says Lala. My friends and I made some for each other, so one of my friends made this one for me. It just says groovy. I like this one, says get funky. Oh, we have another one that says plur. Oh, my friend made me this one. This says bags because Claro is performing this year. I'm obsessed with her, so I will be wearing this during the Claro set. This one I actually made 2 years ago. It says Gracie. So cute. This one I made to give to somebody during Sabrina Carpenter. It says please, please, please. So cute. This one says Chi-Town because Lollapalooza is in Chicago. I love this one. I'm never giving it away. I've worn this to every festival the past few years. It says Disco Girl. This one says Lala. So those are my bracelets that I made. I also made some phone charms. I made this one. I made this one a long time ago, but I really like it, so I might put it on at some point, and then I'll show you the current phone charm that I have in the mirror because it's on my phone right now. Look how cute this phone charm is. I feel like it looks like candy. I just want to eat it. I love all these little stars. They're so cute. Okay, so here I have my backgrounds all done. I do really like the colors. I feel like they look fun and vibrant. So I have a couple different black pens to use for this. So I have obviously more black POSCA markers just to do the major blocky shapes. And then I have my favorite fine liner, which is the Micron Pigma fine liner. And I have this in a bunch of different sizes. And I'm gonna use this to do all of the details because the hair and some of the fabrics and stuff I want to I don't know, just like look really real and not super blocky. So I'm gonna do the major shapes with these and then go over with these like around the edges to define everything. So I think I'm gonna start with this one, and maybe I will talk my way through one, and then I will put it in 2 times, 3 times, 5 times speed, whatever, for the rest of them, because it will be very repetitive. So this girl, she's wearing like a fishnet top, but I don't think any of these ones I'm gonna do like the texture of their clothes. I think I'm just gonna keep it as the silhouettes. And then her shirt is kind of like wrinkled at the bottom. It's like rolled up a bunch of times like it would be in the 2000s. So I am gonna go over this major shape with the POSCA marker, and then I think I might have to do the outline the headphones with a thinner marker. And I'm following this gap that I left in the green. These wired headphones always had that piece like where they connected to each other, so I'm gonna keep that. Okay, cool. Oh, actually I guess I'll do the hand too. Her hand coming around here, and then her thumb is kind of going over the screen. And then I am gonna leave the iPod itself as white because those are white in the commercial, and then they have like a little gray, like dark gray rectangle for the screen. I never really do these like talking while I draw or while I paint sections because I have a very hard time being articulate while I draw something. I feel like I'm really concentrating really hard, but I guess with this part it's not that big of a deal because I'm just scribbling. That's why I prefer to do like a voiceover after I've filmed, because that allows me to like gather my thoughts and actually explain what I'm doing in a good amount of detail. But also half the time in the voiceovers I'm just like yapping about something else. I'm not even talking about the drawing. And then I did a slight silhouette of her face, but I'm gonna go back in and do it with one of the smaller pens also, just to get like the details of like the lips and everything. Wispy bits like this to make a base. And her hair also, she kind of has like some bangs that are going this way too. Tweak the hand here too. Smooth out some of the rough edges. Okay, there's one. I might go back into the hair after I've done some more just to like define the style a little bit more. These silhouettes took so long. Oh my god, they literally took so long. I did these all in one day and it was exhausting, and by the end I was like going cross-eyed from looking at these for so long, but I think it's worth it because they look so freaking cool. Hey everyone, it's the next day from when I think what you last saw. I finished all of my little silhouettes. I feel like they look really cool, and all of the headphones and like iPods are standing out so nicely, which I really like. I am gonna go in with just a brown, or not brown, what's this color? Gray marker to draw in the screens of all of the iPods, because on the original designs it's just like a white rectangle for the iPod, and then it has like a medium gray little box in the middle that represents the screen. And I'm of course using my Tombow dual brush pens for this, which are my favorite markers. I might have to go over some of the headphone lines with my white gel pen. I started doing that yesterday, but the like POSCA markers were still a little bit too wet, like they hadn't dried down all the way yet, so it was kind of getting muddy. So now I might try to go back in and just clean up like some of the lines because they look a little bit messy. Okay, hey everyone. So I know I said at the beginning that I have a couple of side quests for this video. That's true. I wanted to show a playlist that I made because I'm really excited about it. When I was doing this theme, I knew that I wanted to gather all of the songs that are used in the iPod commercials. So I made one, put it on the screen, and I always leave a link to my Spotify in the descriptions of all my videos because I've made a lot of public playlists based on videos and based on journal themes and everything. So you can always find that in the description of the video, and I will also leave a link directly to the playlist if you want to save it to your library. But basically what I did is I went through a bunch of old commercials. Like I found a bunch of the old commercials on YouTube, and I made a playlist of all of the songs that are in those commercials, like at least all the ones that are on Spotify, because some of the songs are not available on Spotify. But I did that, and then like the bottom third of the playlist are just songs that I added that I feel like give the vibe of like they could be in one of these commercials, or like if I was in one of the commercials, what songs would be playing if I was in it. And it's so fun. It's a really like upbeat, fun playlist, so it'd be great for like a party, like going on a walk or a run. And I would love to hear if you guys were in one of these Apple commercials and you had to dance like super crazy for the camera, like what song would you want it to be too? I think that if I did one, it would be Kiwi by Harry Styles, or Only Angel by Harry Styles. The other one that first came to mind was What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club, which is just such like a movie song. It's so good. Also go listen to the playlist because it's a really good playlist. I did want to do a little update on the POSCA markers. So I just wanted to like give my little like review of them. So I'm talking about the brush version. So I do really like these. I feel like they are a good alternative. Like I said at the beginning, I feel like this is a good option if you just want to buy one, because you can kind of make the lines any size you want just like by applying more pressure, like as opposed to buying multiple sizes of the same color. I would say the one thing is that the tips of these, like they are a lot more flexible than like the original POSCA tip. Like the original POSCA tip is firm and it does not like bend at all when you use it. This is really, really bendy. So it is hard to get a consistent line weight with this. I feel like these would be really good for calligraphy or hand lettering, or also just like for play sketching. I feel like these are great. Like I would say that these are even better than the original tips. My other point is that these I think have a way more ink flow than the original POSCA markers. I feel like when I was pressing down with this, so much ink was coming out. The regular ones, like if you like are scribbling a lot, you'll usually have to press the tip down to like release more paint into the pen. These ones literally like so much came out and it was so juicy, so opaque. So I did actually really like that about these. And then my third comment is that with most paint markers, when you first get it, you have to shake it and then you like press down the tip on a piece of paper a bunch of times, keep shaking it, keep pressing it until like the tip becomes saturated with the paint, and then it's ready to use. So I thought that since these have a brush tip that they would have a different method, or they would already be saturated, but they actually have the same. Like you are supposed to press a bunch of times, and I felt like I was going to damage the really like flexible squishy tip of this by doing that, and I kind of did on one of them. So when you do that with these, just be very gentle. I thought that was weird that you are still supposed to do that with these. Anyway, that's my mini review of the POSCA brush markers because I did really like these. I actually decided I can't decide what color I should do these yet, so I texted my boyfriend a picture, and while I wait for him to respond, I am going to work on my little header here. So this is where I said I'm going to be doing the little iPods. Wait, also, before I do this, let me talk about this. I forgot. So I was drawing these, and then I realized it's so hard to draw the same size circle every time, and they weren't looking very good. And like SpongeBob, I cannot draw a perfect circle. So I actually forgot I have this. This is a tool from Archer and Olive that is just like journal stencils. They have this in multiple sizes. I ended up using this circle here as my stencil for all of the circles. This is a really great tool. If it's available now, I will put a link to it in the description. Okay, back to this. Okay, so I have all my little iPod shuffles filled in, and now I'm gonna draw on all the little icons. It's like a plus on the top and minus on the bottom, that's the volume, and then it's like fast forward, go back, and then play pause is in the middle. So I'm gonna use this same gray for the circle, the outline ones, and then I'm gonna use an Archer and Olive acrylograph marker for the internal. I don't know why my voice got cut off really weird right there. I was just saying, like, I was using the white marker to draw the play button inside. Anyway, this section is me doing my habit tracker and my moments page, but I had to cut almost all of the footage out because my hair was like covering the page because I was leaning over my journal too far. I'm so sorry about that. And I also had to like digitally zoom in on this page too so that my like hair and my bangs were not covering like the entire page. I need to be better about not putting my head like right underneath the camera. Anyway, that was me finishing my illustration page, filling in my little title for the divider page, and doing all the little finishing touches for this theme. Okay, hey everyone, it's time to do my main side quest of the video. I'm so excited to talk about this. This is like my favorite side quest I've done in a long time. So while I was brainstorming for this journal theme, I was thinking back about my own personal nostalgic memories about iPods, and I was thinking about all the iPods that my family had when I was a kid. I'm gonna do a little brief rundown and let me know what iPod, if you had one back in the 2000s, like if you had one, let me know which one you had and what color it was, because that was the most fun part. When I was a kid, my family first got an iPod Shuffle, the Generation 2, and my dad used that for a long time, and then he gave it to me. I know my older brother had an iPod Nano, which was blue, and then my mom had, I think it was also called an iPod Nano, but it was like the more square one, and hers was like light green. After my dad got an iPhone, he gave me his iPod Shuffle, which I still have. This one is so cute. It has the clip, so you could like clip it onto your shirt or onto your belt loop or something while you're listening to it. And it obviously has an audio jack. And obviously if you, I don't know how old people are that watch my videos, but if you are too young to know about these, like, yes, this is an MP3 player and there's no screen on it. It's basically just one long stream of songs, like a whole library of songs. You can either play them in order or shuffle. So you can just shuffle all of the songs that are on here. And so those are the only buttons. It's like the shuffle or loop switch, on and off switch, and then the volume, play, pause, and forward and backward. I'm obsessed with this. It's been in my drawer for a long time. I actually thought that it didn't work anymore, but while I was brainstorming for this video, I was like, let me just like see if it works. So I pulled it out and I realized that I think it was just dead and I didn't have a charger for this anymore, which I bought one so that I could see if it worked. Spoiler alert, I just plugged it into my computer after charging it and it works. I also have my OG wired headphones. Anyway, so for my side quest, I thought that we would go through and look at the songs that were on my iPod. I actually, like, so genuinely, I have not looked at this 15 years probably. So I just said I did plug it into my computer just to make sure it works. I screenshotted the library, but I haven't actually looked at any of the songs yet. This is literally my blind reaction to my iPod library. Time to look at the library. I'm like scared. I'm not gonna read all of them obviously, but I'll put a screen recording. Okay. So we have ABC Jackson 5, Accidentally in Love from the Shrek 2 soundtrack, of course, Alejandro, Lady Gaga, All Star by Smash Mouth, All the Right Moves by One Republic, Apologize by Timbaland and One Republic, Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie, Billionaire Bruno Mars, Boom Boom Pow, Break Your Heart by Tayo Cruz, Everything by Michael Bublé, love that song, Foreplay Long Time by Boston, Get the Party Started by Pink, oh my god, Hasta La Vista from the Camp Rock soundtrack. I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You from the High School Musical 1 soundtrack. Only you realist of High School Musical girls know that song. That song was from the original High School Musical 1 soundtrack, but it was just like a bonus track on the CD, and there was like a special feature on the DVD of them recording that song. I Want It All High School Musical 3, In the End by Linkin Park, Jenny by the Click 5, Just Dance, Lady Gaga, Just Wanna Be With You from High School Musical 3, my favorite song, Learn to Fly, Foo Fighters, iCarly theme song, Light On by David Cook, who won American Idol, Love Song, Sarah Bareilles, Love Story, Taylor Swift, of course, Makes Me Wonder by Maroon 5, iconic song, Naturally by Selena Gomez. Okay, the song that I associate with this iPod is One Step at a Time by Jordan Sparks, Our Song by Taylor Swift, Our Time Now by Plain White T's. That's nostalgic. Party in the USA, Peace of Mind by Boston, Picture to Burn Taylor Swift, Play My Music from Camp Rock, Round and Round by Selena Gomez, Say It Right by Nelly Furtado, Shadow of the Day by Linkin Park, The Great Escape by Boys Like Girls, This Is Me from Camp Rock, and I also have This Is Me acoustic guitar instrumental because my friend and I sang This Is Me in our school talent show one year, and I probably had that on here to practice with. When You Were Young by The Killers, oh my god, Who Knew by Pink, Who Says You Can't Go Home by Bon Jovi, Why Don't You and I by Santana, and then the very end we have You Belong With Me, of course, Taylor Swift, 1, 2, 3, 4 by Plain White T's in 1985. This is crazy. Oh my god, I'm so glad that I did this. I think I'm gonna start listening to it like this, just like on my walk, my mental health walk during the day, just like that. Guess what song is playing? It's Alejandro. You know that I love you, boy. Anyway, that's all for my side quest here. Thanks for hanging out while I did it. I have finished all of the spreads. They look so good, so let me show you. Okay, so here is my final divider page. Oh my god, it looks so good. I've really been going back over all of the white lines with my acrylograph pen. Made this spread, like I feel like it looks so much more crisp. So cool, so fun. This is my favorite page. Like, I know that I didn't really design this because it just looks like the original poster, but I just think it looks so cool. I love the texture of the hair and the stripes and this like sparkly belt. Oh my god, it looks so cool. This is also so cute, so fun, so nostalgic. And here's my final habit tracker and moments page. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, chatting about music, chatting about my iPod, seeing all of my bracelets that I made for Lollapalooza. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like and subscribe here. If you want to see some more from me, you can follow me over on Instagram, which is at graciecreates, and on TikTok, which is at graciecreates. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Pretty blue jeans and me running